Dad finally tasted rotten beans, by user Tentacle Bride. Mom takes pride in her beans recipes. My mom is from Mexico and can make a lot of beans. You can say. My mom loves beans. My dad used to make fun of my mom's cooking. He would laugh and make fun of my mom's beans. Fried beans, oh they're rotten. Soup, why beans with pork rinds, oh they must be rotten. Beans with salsa, oh they must be rotten. One day, Mom buys us the children, pizza, but still makes beans for my dad. He always bragged how Mexican he was because he would only eat traditional Mexican food if it was available. Hey! Why do these beans taste funny? My mom waited till he finished eating his beans. Because those were rotten beans. Now you do know what rotten beans taste like. Dad ran to vomit. All us kids laughed. Dad never said anything my mom cooked was bad or rotten. I, in a group, purposefully walked in front of someone's camera who was recording in the gym, by user no pomegranate 4794. I'll start this off by saying this was a group effort. Now I was at my local gym and it was pretty busy. I had managed to find an empty bench where the dumbbell racks were. Another woman had also set up shop on a bench, but rather than using the bench for its intended purposes, she was using it to hold her things. Instead, she had her camera set up right in front of the rack, like it was propped up against the rack while she lifted weights about 4 feet in front of the dumbbells. It was really annoying and I was upset because I was in her shot and didn't want to be recorded. I was about to go to the front desk and tell an employee when I see a man walk in front of her camera to put his weights down. The woman got a disgruntled look on her face, stopped lifting, walked over to the camera, and I guess she stopped recording and restarted it. She started lifting again when the same man walked in front of the camera, and that's when I noticed he purposefully went out of his way to walk in front of her camera. She once again stopped lifting to stop the camera, looking even more frustrated. She turned to the man and said, "Could you not? You can see I'm recording." To which he responded, "Could you not? You can see people are trying to actually work out." After that, she went back to what she was doing, recording, but more people started going out of their way to walk between her and her camera. I joined in too, adding an overly polite "excuse me" along with a smile when I did so. Finally, she gave up, looking as if she wanted to throw a temper tantrum, and stormed out of the gym. So you put a expensive tracker on my $400 truck and you want it back, by users top. A insurance company has been investigating our shop for supposedly insurance fraud over a car with a bad engine that was replaced with what we and the cops later found out to be a stolen one. A few weeks ago I noticed a clean spot on my really dirty truck that I never wash and checked it out and found a GPS tracker. I didn't plan on keeping the truck this year and had plans to ship it into Mexico in the spring. I told my friend about the tracker and said he's gonna take care of it when he picks the truck up. My friend took the truck into the most cartel-infested place in Sonora and disabled it there. I already had a new truck under someone else's name, so I drove that around to parts stores and dealers. I was leaving a dealer when a clean-cut guy asked if I owned an old truck and told I used to. He then identified himself as a private detective working for the insurance company and was curious about what happened to my old truck. I cracked a joke that sometimes it wanders off at night and usually comes back when it's on a 1/4 tank, usually 6 to 8 months. He tried to nonchalantly ask me where the truck might physically be, and that's when I told him I had found the tracker. He knew I knew, and his tone changed, asking for it back like a kid who got his ball bullied away from him. I told him the truck is in Mexico with a written address for it and who to talk to about getting it back. He knew he couldn't call the cops cause his ass would get arrested, but tried again to demand his GPS back. I brushed him off and told him he can get it back from Mexico himself. That was the last I saw of him. We found another GPS in a different truck at work, so we took it to the desert and blew it up. I'm sure they've been GPsing us thinking we have some kind of insane stolen car parts hoard, but all our stuff comes from dealers and scrapyards. Wife wants to leave the tags on, so I made sure to leave every tag on, by user Florazonaman. This is a pretty simple one, but I love it because I saw my strategy slowly producing results in real time. I noticed about a year ago my wife leaves the white crinkly tag on all home items we get: the pillows, the couch pillows, the bed's pillows, the duvet, the extra long leather for show pillow, etc. I have no clue why. I ripped one off once in the beginning and she got all hot and bothered, so I said didn't do it again. But the annoyance still stuck with me. I hate these tags. I think they look cheap, and after I realized it was a thing, it's all I can see looking around our home. I figured I'd play the if you can't beat M, join M strategy. So I've made sure to turn the pillows to show the tags loud and proud. Now you definitely can't miss them when you walk around. Guests overlooking at our nicely redone room? Bam, that stupid leather long pillow at the front of the other show pillows has that tag sticking up front and center. It's taken a few months, but I think she's realized what I've been doing and has jokingly said recently that I won and can go rip off all the tags. Ripping a crinkly tag off has never felt so good and a beer has never tasted so sweet. Push my kid and I will respond appropriately, by user Goldberg_the_goalie. This is very petty. My son was about 15 months old and we were in a kids' play area so he could have a runabout. This older kid pushes him out the way at one of the obstacles. I don't say anything at first but keep observing. Then he does it again so I step in to help my little one. I don't see another parent around, so I say to my son, just let this little boy go first, he obviously forgot his manners. I tried to shame him on manners and did not realize it was the first part that would set him off. I am not a little boy. After seeing him push my kid around, I wasn't about to let this opportunity go. Look out buddy, the little boy is getting angry. More shouting and complaining. Come here, let the little boy play with that one. I am not a little boy. Now a parent comes over and I worry I may get into a little trouble. I can hear the conversation. What's wrong my angel? That man called me a little boy. The parent looks at me, mouths sorry to me as then she says to her son but you are a little boy. Which is when I quickly grabbed my boy and went to the car as that kid exploded.